Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, Bangor police are looking for the suspect in an alleged stabbing.
This morning, Bangor Police Department say they responded to a call at an apartment building located at 101 3rd Street for an assault involving an edged weapon. One person suffered severe injuries from the incident and was rushed to a local hospital. They say prior to officers arriving, the suspect fled the scene and is actively being pursued. Bangor PD say the people involved in the incident are known to each other and they do not believe there is a danger to the public. Detectives from the Criminal Investigation Division are currently investigating that incident.
One man is dead following an alleged domestic violence incident in Blue Hill early this morning. Officers with Maine State Police and the Hancock County Sheriff's Office responded to a residence on Curtis Cove Road around 2:30 a.m. for a report of an injured woman being held against her will. A state police spokesperson says Peter Pfister was inside the residence with firearms, and as a result of an armed confrontation, Mr. Pfister was shot and killed outside that residence. The woman was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The two state troopers and the deputy sheriff involved in that shooting have been placed on administrative leave, as is standard procedure in all deadly force incidents. The Maine Attorney General's office is now investigating the cause and manner of that fatal shooting.
The bodies of two young people were found inside an Auburn apartment, and investigators are now saying they were killed, ruling their deaths as homicides. Police say 21-year-old Kelsey Karen of Auburn and 21-year-old Pierre Langlois of Connecticut were both found dead inside this home late Sunday morning. Police originally responded to a report of a person suffering from cardiac arrest. They are not detailing the cause of both deaths, but are ruling them as homicides. Police have no suspects right now, but have begun identifying persons of interest. They are also looking for a 2018 black Hyundai Tucson.
We have been working with the Auburn Police Department with this investigation. We've had ERTs, evidence response techs, assigned at that location both Sunday and into Monday. We're currently following up with leads for people of interest in this investigation.
A friend of Kelsey Karen gave the following statement after the mother of two died, saying, quote, "She was the hardest worker I've ever met. Her life was her girls. Nothing came before them. She had the sweetest soul and was kind to everyone," end quote.
Meanwhile, a father and son were both sentenced in the U.S. District Court in Portland for conspiring to distribute fentanyl. A U.S. District judge sentenced 40-year-old Shane Seavey of Baileyville to 92 months in prison and 3 years supervised release for conspiring to distribute and possession with intent to distribute 400 grams or more of fentanyl. 67-year-old Craig Seavey, also of Baileyville, was sentenced to time served and 3 years of supervised release for conspiring to distribute and possession with the intent to distribute fentanyl. Court records show between August 2018 and August 2019, the Seaveys conspired with others to distribute fentanyl. Agents seized approximately 3 kilograms of the drug when the Seaveys were arrested on August 26, 2019. The drugs were acquired by the Seaveys in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and were sold to others for distribution throughout New England.
A win for religious schools in Maine. Today, the 6 conservative justices on the Supreme Court ruled against the Maine Department of Education, saying religious schools cannot be excluded from tuition aid for private education. Brad Rogers looks at the reaction and effect of the court's decision.
With no high school in the Bangor suburb of Glenburn, David and Amy Carson's daughter Olivia could have gone to one of 6 nearby public and private high schools, and the town would have paid for it. Just not the religious school. That changes today with this Supreme Court ruling.
That is your job as the parent. You're supposed to be in charge of your kid, not the other way, not the government or the state or anyone else.
The separation of church and state has long been debated in Congress and argued in court cases. Expressing disappointment in today's ruling, Maine Attorney General Aaron Fry says religious schools promote a single religion to the exclusion of all others, refuse to admit gay and transgender children, and openly discriminate in hiring teachers and staff. It is disturbing that the Supreme Court found parents have the right to force the public to pay for an education that is fundamentally at odds with values we hold dear. The 6 conservative members on the U.S. Supreme Court disagree.
And this is a fantastic outcome and a fantastic day for parents who simply want the right to choose the schools that are best for their children.
Michael Bindus represented the Carsons and another Maine family who sued the state. He says the separation of church and state should not apply when it comes to school choice.
This program is not about funding schools. It's about funding families. And it allows parents to make the decision where to use those funds.
The Maine Department of Education says it is reviewing the decision for its implications for Maine schools and will implement the state's tuition program in accordance with the ruling. Olivia is now in college, but her mom says today's decision will help future Maine students who wish to attend religious schools.
I'm hopeful that it will help families who live in tuitioning towns, give them another option.
This ruling only applies in Maine communities without a high school, where the town covers students' tuition payments. So most religious schools like Cheverus would still be excluded from taxpayer money. But it does open the door to that possibility in the future.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Meanwhile, an insurance business in Millinocket is facing fierce backlash after displaying a certain closure sign over the weekend. Businesses across the nation were closed Monday due to the federal holiday Juneteenth. Reed Agency in Millinocket displayed a closed sign on the door that read, "Juneteenth, it's whatever, we're closed. Enjoy your fried chicken and collard greens," end quote. A photo of the sign was shared on multiple platforms, including Facebook and Reddit, sparking numerous negative comments calling the sign ignorant and shut them down. Millinocket community members say they're outraged after seeing the sign.
I would love to see better for this community, and I think a lot of people would like to see better for this community. As a business owner, it's just not something, it's not something you do. It really isn't. It's, all inclusive. We're human beings. It just wasn't right.
The town of Millinocket released a public statement saying in part, quote, "It is deeply saddening, disgraceful, and unacceptable for any person, business, or organization to attempt to make light of Juneteenth. There is no place in the town of Millinocket for such a blatant disregard of human decency," end quote. Following the community and social media backlash, the sign was removed from the agency. We reached out to Reed Agency for comment, but we did not receive a response.
Meanwhile, the American Red Cross celebrated the heroic efforts of 4 Versant power workers at the University of Maine Orono today. Our Matthew Jurancic has more on this historic event.
Versant Power and the American Red Cross honored 4 employees for saving the life of a coworker who suffered from a medical emergency on the job. Cameron Bragg, Steve Sager, Scott Medor, and Danny Morin were awarded with the Red Cross Certificate of Extraordinary Personal Action during Versant's annual safety awards. The incident occurred on February 2nd, just after Versant Power employees wrapped up a CPR AED training. The 4 employees were heading to their location when they found a coworker face first in a snowbank. In that moment, Sager was shocked, but knew what he had to do.
You never think it's going to be that person next to you. I had just sat personally next to the individual for 3.5 hours, and then it's go time. We got to do what we got to do.
They called 911 and began performing CPR and attaching an AED, which ultimately saved the employee's life. Sager says he is glad that timing is everything.
What's the chances of that happening and you having to use it? So it goes to show you that you never know when you're going to need it.
Hearing of this heroic event, American Red Cross Director Caroline King was blown away by the demeanor of the 4 men.
It's just absolutely incredible to be able to save someone's life based on just knowing what to do. And to have the confidence and the calmness to be able to do it, and he's alive today.
Despite being called a hero, Sager says he was just doing what he was taught earlier that morning.
I don't feel like a hero, and none of the guys that were there with me do. Had it had a different outcome, it would have been a totally different thing.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC7, Fox 22.
Well, apologies in advance if this next story gives you the creepy crawlies, but it turns out new research from the University of Maine suggests black-legged ticks are able to survive serious cold winter temperatures with the help of insulation from leaf litter and snowpack. A team of researchers from UMaine and the Vector-Borne Disease Laboratory at Maine Medical Center Research Institute set out to see whether the cold weather was to blame for the current low concentration of black-legged ticks in northern Maine compared to coastal, southern, and inland central areas of the state. Now, researchers Researchers established that enclosures using 1-gallon plastic buckets containing black-legged tick nymphs or babies at 4 sites across Maine. Now, the sites were chosen to represent the state's full gamut of temperature and snowfall ranges. The scientists observed whether the tick nymphs were able to survive the winter with some of the bucket enclosures covered in snow or leaf litter, as they often are in the wild, while others were clear. The results showed that snow and leaf litter cover contributed significantly to the overwinter survival rates at sites in both southern and northern Maine. And if you needed another reason to make sure that you're raking your leaves up and clearing brush piles and doing all the lawn maintenance things, there you go.
Yeah, and always just an important reminder to always, check yourself after you're spending a significant amount of time outdoors. Even if you're not going through that heavy brush, you always run the risk of picking up ticks along the way.
We had spoken previously to an expert from the Humane Tick Lab, and they said even those short trips where maybe you walk to the mailbox in your bare feet or in a pair of shorts to get your mail, or you just let the dog out and stand outside for a little while. Even those short trips outside, you can inadvertently become a tick taxi.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, will the weather be cooperative for us and all the lovely ticks out there in the coming days?
We never really want to cooperate with ticks, but in terms of sunshine, let's see what's coming our way with the first look at the forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Giraffe Real Estate Company. And okay, temperature-wise today, look what we did. 73 here in Bangor, 74 Millinocket. We'll take it. A bit cooler down east, but who cares? Sunshine today on the longest day of the year, daylight-wise, around here. Lots of sunshine earlier, but there are some clouds off to our west. Those will stay there for now, but there is a system over there that will increase the clouds tomorrow afternoon and likely bring us some rain showers later tomorrow evening and then throughout the day on Thursday. Our forecast, though, tonight, is mostly clear skies and very comfortable out there, not humid at all. Look for low temperatures in the 40s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much for that. We'll be looking for more from Mr. Weller a bit later.
That's right, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. A Maine skincare product offers relief for brown-tail moth rashes. We'll tell you more.
And a St. Joseph nurse is being honored for supporting patients who have suffered sexual violence. Those stories and more local news when we come back.
At every turn, Joe Biden and Jared Golden chose the wrong one. Biden and Golden turned off more American energy production, put the brakes on pipelines and future drilling here at home. Now, gas prices and heating oil cost more than ever. Maine families are struggling to keep up, and the Liberals' only plan is to buy more from our enemies? Tell Congressman Jared Golden to help open American energy production and lower gas prices.
Hey sis, check out this cute spot. Bougie. I prefer my coffee with a view. Safety first.
The 2022 Chevy Blazer and Trailblazer with standard Chevy Safety Assist, part of the Chevy family of SUVs. Find new experiences, find new roads.
New models are arriving daily at your Maine Chevy dealers. Or get the SUV you want the way you want it. Come in and order your perfect Chevy today. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota VX Series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
The most talented home cooks return.
There's someone from every season.
This is MasterChef Back to Win. Don't miss all new episodes Wednesday, only on Fox.
Good morning, I'm Joe Cortez. Coming up on today's show, we'll have a special guest from the Maine Inland Fisheries and Wildlife to talk about fishing permits and upcoming derbies for all the anglers out there. Plus, we'll have coverage from the BRCC Annual Business Awards Dinner featuring the Bangor Chamber of Commerce. And with summer here, we'll have your 5-day forecast.
Welcome back. The Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce is recognizing businesses who've made an impact in the greater Bangor area. Our Stephanie Wittenbach attended Tuesday night's event and shares more.
The Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce dinner is held each year to recognize businesses and organizations that have made a positive impact during the year. The last two award dinners were canceled due to the pandemic, but this year the event returned on stage at Maine Savings Amphitheater along the Bangor waterfront.
We're so delighted to finally be holding this event again, and what we do here is we celebrate and recognize individuals, businesses, and organizations that have made significant contributions and positive contributions to the Bangor region.
Newman says the highest honor was given to 3 businesses, Northern Light Health, Penobscot Community Healthcare, and St. Joseph Healthcare, and they all received the Business of the Year award. She says the award recognizes their leadership, innovation, and quality. Larry Baker, president and CEO of Machias Savings Bank, gave comments regarding the ceremony.
Over 150 years ago, Machias Savings Bank was founded to make a difference in our community. So for us, we're a mutual savings bank. It's not about creating shareholder wealth. It's about making a difference in the community.
Several hundred people attended Tuesday's dinner event. Newman says attendees were the first to see the new but not yet finished Maine Savings Amphitheater. Owner Alex Gray of Waterfront Concert says the venue is about the future of entertainment for Bangor.
We have world-class concerts in Bangor, one of the smallest markets in the United States to have this caliber of entertainment in it. It is second to none. As you can see behind me, the Maine Savings Amphitheater is nearing first phase completion.
In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, switching gears a bit, water is essential when it comes to fighting fires. But what happens when fire trucks run out of water? Well, that's when towns and cities depend on pressure hydrants or even fire protection ponds. As our Jody Hersey tells us, Herman has 28 of these fire ponds that crews rely on and help maintain.
The town of Herman has just 2 pressure hydrants in the community, which is why fire ponds like this one behind me are so vital in helping the fire department fight a fire.
So fire ponds in the rural setting are how we get water to extinguish fires. In the town of Herman, we rely on them heavily.
Assistant Herman Fire Chief Cody Sullivan says the water used to fight any fire comes off the fire trucks first, and when those trucks run out, crews stop at one of the town's 28 fire ponds to fill back up.
With any static water supply that's naturally occurring, sometimes they do dry up. We have ponds that are better than others. We do have keep track of which ponds are short on water, and we know that so that we don't rely on that in case there is a fire.
Sullivan says some of the fire ponds are maintained by the members of the Herman Fire Department.
There is annual maintenance that the fire department does do as far as testing and making sure they're ready to go, preparing them every spring and checking them to make sure the flow is adequate. And then there is periodic maintenance where the ponds have to be rehabbed that we put out for third-party contractors.
Many of the fire ponds in Herman can be found in the town's subdivisions, which require an easement, while others are located on private property.
The closer your home is to a fire hydrant, the lower your homeowner's insurance would be. So by allowing us to have a fire pond on their property, typically they would see some sort of reduction in their homeowner's insurance.
For safety reasons, the fire department reminds all residents not to access or allow children to play around the Herman fire ponds, just like you would with any other body of water. In Herman, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
A St. Joseph Hospital nurse is being honored for supporting patients who've suffered sexual violence. Our AJ Douglas was there to learn about the unique efforts to give patients their power back after a violent attack.
Carrie Capato received the Sexual Assault Forensic Examiner Award for her significant contributions to the SAFE program. St. Joseph Hospital offers the RARE program to support those in need of more specialized care. The program offers access to advocates, referrals to attorneys, and
Connect them with trauma-informed therapists and counseling services and case management. We can help them with housing and shelter and safety plans.
Capado started her nursing career working in the emergency room. After her first year working at St. Joseph's, she transitioned into the SAFE program, working with victims as a forensic nurse. She says receiving a statewide award is a big deal.
Other advocates and SAFE nurses across the state submit nominations for this award, so being nominated for this by your peers is like the ultimate honor.
Experts say there will always be a need for the specialized training offered in the SAFE program.
I think nurses are really good at responding to needs, and recognizing that our community had a need for this niche is why we responded. Nurses recognized that the trauma that people experience in interpersonal violence sectors required a special touch and a special amount of training.
Capado urges anyone who thinks they may have experienced domestic or sexual violence to connect with a forensic nurse by visiting St. Joseph's.
If you feel like the environment is safe enough to speak up, do so, because they will likely help you get connected to appropriate resources.
If you do not feel comfortable coming to a hospital, you can contact the Maine Coalition Against Sexual Assault by dialing 1-800-871-7741. In Bangor, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the House committee investigating last year's Capitol riot, looking into then-President Trump's involvement.
And as officials release more startling details about the police response to Uvalde school shooting, Senate negotiators are putting the finishing touches on a bipartisan gun control package. We'll have details and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
You had me at Allison 10-speed transmission. Premium features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on Sierra Heavy Duty models. GMC, we are professional grade.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
We know your mornings can be busy and hectic in your home.
We're here with the local information you need, fast and to the point, so you can be on your way.
Keeping you prepared for whatever your day might bring.
All while having a little fun, too.
Start your mornings with us on Good Morning Maine.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity. A is annoyance.
My man.
When was the last time you washed your hands?
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Several state officials delivered remarks during a dramatic January 6th hearing on Capitol Hill Tuesday. The election workers recalled the moments when they say President Trump pressured them to overturn the 2020 election. Fox's Madeline Rivera has a closer look from Washington.
Fireworks on Capitol Hill as state elected officials from Georgia and Arizona testify about Trump's efforts to get them to undermine the 2020 election.
The January 6th committee spent much of the day outlining former President Donald Trump and his efforts to pressure states to overturn Biden's win.
They should find those votes. They should absolutely find that. Just over 11,000 votes, that's all we need.
Among those taking the stand, former Georgia election worker Wandrea Shea Moss. Moss says she feared for her safety and says her life was turned upside down due to Trump's false accusations of vote tampering in the 2020 election.
I felt horrible. I felt like it was all my fault. Now people are lying and spreading rumors and lies and attacking my mom.
Ruby Freeman, another Georgia election worker, detailed the moments when the FBI asked her to leave her home ahead of January 6 for safety reasons.
I stayed away from my home for approximately 2 months. I can't believe this person has caused this much damage to me and my family.
Meanwhile, Arizona Republican House Speaker Rusty Bowers testified he received a call from Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, right after the election. Bowers said Giuliani questioned his loyalty to the party and pressured him to find votes that didn't exist.
He would say, aren't we all Republicans here? I would think we would get a better reception. I mean, I would think you would listen a little more open to my suggestions.
Moving forward, the House Select Committee says it's working to secure testimony from Pat Cipollone, former Trump White House counsel and a potential key witness. In Washington, Malda Rivera, Fox News.
Meanwhile, a Maine man was arrested by the FBI Boston Division today for his alleged role in the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Special agents and officers with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force in Maine arrested 61-year-old Todd Tilley of South Paris on an arrest warrant issued by the United States Court for the District of Columbia. He was taken into custody and charged with entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building or grounds, and parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. Tilley made his initial appearance in U.S. District Court in Portland today and was released on conditions. He's scheduled to appear virtually in the U.S. District Court in the District of Columbia on Tuesday, June 28th at 1 p.m. The FBI Boston Division alone has now arrested 16 people in connection to the U.S. Capitol riot.
We take a look at how easy it is to obtain deadly drugs like fentanyl, which are ravaging the nation. If you have a smartphone, you have a connection to those drugs. Fox's Hillary Vaughn explains.
The access to these drugs is just too easy.
Drug dealers are courting kid customers on social media with emojis and same-day delivery. Sammy Chapman was 16 years old when a drug dealer sent him via Snapchat a menu of what appeared to be prescription drugs.
Our son got what he thought was a pharmaceutical delivered to him as easily as ordering a pizza.
But what was delivered wasn't what Sammy ordered. It was a poison pill containing a deadly dose of fentanyl.
It is more addictive than heroin. And if they don't kill the child or the young adult, they wind up with an addict and a great customer.
The Drug Enforcement Agency says drug dealers are using popular emojis to peddle pills to kids in code, trying to avoid their posts getting flagged by content moderators and authorities.
Our kids are not dying from accidental drug overdoses. They're being poisoned.
Zachariah Plunk was the star of his high school football team. He thought he bought Percocet off social media, but it was fentanyl.
It was 5 times the amount to kill a person, so that's why they couldn't bring him back.
TikTok, Meta, and Snap all ban search terms and emojis associated with drugs and have beefed up their teams and technology catching this content. Snapchat is working on its own tools to help parents understand with whom their kids have been talking. But for some, it's not enough.
We're pushing for Sammy's Law, which would require any platform that has children on it to allow for parent monitoring software integration.
The Justice Department wants social media companies to do more to help stop drug sales on their apps and to catch drug dealers. In Washington, Hillary Vaughn, Fox News.
As officials release more startling details about the police response to the Uvalde school shooting, Senate negotiators are putting the finishing touches on a bipartisan gun control package that supporters hope will be the first meaningful gun legislation to pass Congress in decades. Fox's Griff Jenkins has more from Washington.
How about trying the door and see if it's unlocked?
Turns out they never even checked. That's according to Colonel Steve McCraw, director of the Texas Department of Public Safety, who believes the classroom door was never locked. Yet armed law enforcement officers in position within 3 minutes of the gunman's entrance waited outside for over an hour for a key before finally storming in and killing him.
There's compelling evidence that the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure.
McCraw also told Texas state lawmakers that the Uvalde School District police chief in charge put the lives of officers ahead of the lives of the 19 children and 2 teachers killed.
I don't care if you have flip-flops and wearing Bermuda shorts. It doesn't matter. You go in.
This is a bipartisan group of senators in Washington who began negotiating almost immediately after the May 24th Uvalde massacre race against the clock to produce a gun control bill before the 4th of July recess.
My fear is we're going to be asked to vote on it maybe as early as this week, final passage, and nobody has yet seen the text of the thing. But yeah, I mean, I think that there is an increasingly high likelihood that this will pass.
The Senate needs to produce a bill soon in order to vote on it before the recess, because pushing it until after threatens rare bipartisan momentum not seen in decades on guns. In Washington, Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, this year marks the Bangor Band's 163rd birthday as it returns for its first concert of the season.
And in sports, kids of all ages flocked to Bangor for the annual Patriots Alumni Camp held at Cameron Stadium. We'll be right back.
The show that launched 1,000 careers is back with all new judges in an all new season. Are you ready? So You Think You Can Dance, Wednesdays on Fox.
Find meaningful work in behavioral health care.
As a younger person, I find that the most rewarding part of my job is the emotional gratification in seeing my clients succeed.
Learn more about compassionate careers at caringforme.org.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
No one told us to get up and go. That's just our rhythm. And when the heart throws that rhythm off, Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center will get it back to a healthier beat through minimally invasive procedures for heart disease with no need for open chest surgery. So you can get back to your rhythm of life.
Just a reminder that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to you this and every 4th of July by Phantom Fireworks. With state-of-the-art showrooms nationwide, we are America's #1 destination for brighter, louder, safer fireworks. Phantom Fireworks, lighting up faces in the backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
I'm glad I got my colonoscopy when I did, right at age 50, because they found a large tumor. I had absolutely no symptoms beforehand.
If you're 50 or older, ask your provider about screening for colon cancer. Today, you have options for colon cancer screening.
I'm celebrating 6 years cancer-free and thankful for every minute of it.
Did you know that it's possible to prevent colorectal cancer with regular screening? Learn more at screenmaine.org.
Find meaningful work in direct care and improve the quality of life of others.
The right personality and character traits, in my opinion, to be a DSP is kind, caring, and understanding.
Visit caringforme.org to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, the Sound of Music returned to the Bangor waterfront this year, marking the Bangor Band's 163rd birthday, and the band was back for its first concert of the season tonight. Now, last year, the Bangor Band was on a short hiatus due to the pandemic. However, band members said they're excited to be back in action to kick off the summer season.
Good fun, a lot of old-fashioned, sort of bring out your lawn chair, have a great time listening to some great music. Everything from, marches and patriotic selections to newer works, Broadway showstoppers, that sort of thing.
Historic Bangor Band is one of the oldest continuous community bands in the U.S. and has performed at several venues in Bangor since 1859. Longtime Bangor Band conductor Chip Farnham will be retiring at the end of this summer season.
There's a new skincare product manufactured in Maine that helps heal brown-tail moth rashes. Our Joe Cortez has the story.
Soothing relief from the sea. Marin Skincare is a Maine-based company which stumbled upon a major discovery.
We're bioengineers that worked with lobster scientists at UMaine and discovered that in the same way this protein helps lobsters regenerate claws, it could actually help repair the skin barrier.
Their first product launched in 2020 after partnering with Luke's Lobster Pier in Portland. Founders Patrick Breeding and Amber Boudiette found a solution for many who suffer from eczema, psoriasis, and dermatitis. Little did they know their product would open a new discovery involving Maine's widely known brown-tail moths.
The rash that it causes are actually the brown-tail caterpillar furs getting in your skin barrier and causing contact dermatitis.
After many reviews and private emails from consumers, the team began its research.
And so we finally made this understanding of, it's actually contact dermatitis. So in the same way these proteins found in lobsters were able to help with eczema and dermatitis, it was helping people with the brown-tail moth caterpillar rash.
Many customers have seen great results, and the company has grown 400% over its first year.
I think when you have something that really dramatically changes people's lives, they give you a lot of feedback and they become invested in the brand, and fielding that feedback has been really, really important.
Maine just had one of its worst brown-tail moth seasons this past year, and experts are saying there are signs 2022 could continue a years-long outbreak of the invasive insect. But with all the growth and success Marin has seen in its early days, Breeding said while their goal is to become a national and international brand, they have no plans to sell this to Big Pharma, and have all the intentions of keeping Maine heritage as the highlight of their business.
Our goal is to not create vanity 9-step skincare routines. It's to solve big problems.
In Bangor, I'm Joe Cortez for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, today is officially the first day of summer, and many parts of the country will see some hot temperatures. According to pediatrician Richard So from Cleveland Clinic, you can help beat the heat by hydrating the night before. He also suggests that people take breaks from the heat by getting into shade. Dr. So says to look out for vomiting and exhaustion, as they are telltale signs of heat illness, especially among kids. So says it's important to cool the child down with ice or even a garden hose, but if the symptoms persist, he advises seeking medical attention immediately.
You really just can't stress, hydrating enough.
Yeah.
You may be drinking water throughout the day, but not realizing that you may not just have enough in you.
And caution as well. I mean, if you're feeling sick, even a little sick, try to get ahead of it, get yourself into some shade,
right.
But don't waste time not getting to a medical provider if you're really not feeling well.
Absolutely. Some great advice there.
All right. Well, how hot are the temperatures coming our way? Jeff Weller is back with our full 5-day in just a few. Stay with us.
All right, this is more like it. Temperatures back in the 70s mostly today. Tomorrow, same story, but there is even warmer temperatures on the way with some more rainfall. Those details when I come back.
As a working mom of 5, I'm feeling the burden of rising prices. But instead of getting inflation under control, the liberals in Washington are attacking America's tech innovators. Talk about being out of touch. The left's bill would take away the technology we depend on, put our personal data at risk, make China stronger and America weaker. I don't understand how any Republican senator could support this liberal nonsense. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
There's no reason to be overwhelmed. We can help you through it.
we're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from fabrics and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Brace for impact. This is awesome. It's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. The start of a new era of Friday Night SmackDown. Tap into network television's greatest spectacle. Hell King Woods. As the baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. Right to the chin. All new Friday Night SmackDown. Live at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
Okay, today was the longest day of the year daylight-wise, over 15 hours and 35 minutes of it. Tomorrow we begin to lose some daylight, lose about 3 seconds of daylight throughout the day tomorrow. But today, winds out of the south pretty much all day long, making things a bit cooler right on shore. But overall, temperatures back in the 70s today, and also the allergies are creeping up again. The tree pollen off the charts currently. Grass and weed okay, mold looking okay but moderate. So overall allergies, if you're sniffling and sneezing and coughing and crying, that could be a reason why. Look at these temperatures today. 74 in Millinocket, 73 in Bangor. They say the perfect human temperature is 72. We were a bit above that today, except right along the coastal areas. I know cooler there with that onshore breeze. All right, so tomorrow we're talking high temperatures reaching for 70 again. A bit cooler tomorrow as we have some clouds entering the picture. And then tomorrow night, some rain showers and also rain showers on Thursday. Let's walk you through it. So here we are out there now. Lots of clear skies currently. The stars are out. There's nothing going on currently, but there is a breeze in the air. That will actually die down tonight, and some dense fog is possible towards sunrise tomorrow morning. But that's our next system over there. It's going to move in our direction beginning tomorrow. Likely increasing clouds throughout the day tomorrow, and then some rain showers are in the forecast tomorrow evening, and off and on scattered rain showers in the forecast throughout the day on Thursday. And there's not a lot to it. It's not going to be the big one, but it will keep a couple showers around tomorrow night and throughout the day on Thursday. And there's more of these upstream, so overall, still kind of an active pattern we're in right now. Here we go. So tonight, no worries at all. There's some dense fog by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. By tomorrow evening, we're talking about lots of clouds around and a couple of rain showers, and then scattered rain showers throughout the day on Thursday. Again, not a heavy rainfall on the way, but persistent rainfall for a couple hours, especially on Thursday afternoon. All right, so rainfall looks like this. So not a lot, maybe a quarter to a half inch of rainfall between, say, tomorrow evening and also Friday morning. So get ready. Some more rainfall is on the way. Our forecast tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there. Now, dense fog is likely as the air goes calm and temperatures meet the dew point near the upper 40s or so with that south breeze dying down. For tomorrow, okay, so here we go. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. There's a few morning clouds, and then some really kind of increasing clouds throughout the evening hours with a few rain showers tomorrow night. Look for high temperatures reaching for 70, but probably stopping just short with those partly cloudy skies. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow near 70. Rain showers off and on Thursday, not a big deal. Friday, though, 78. Look what happens then. There's the weekend. So remember last weekend, temperatures in the 50s? Not so much this weekend. We're talking about highs back in the 80s. Beth?
Most definitely some heat coming our way.
Yeah, big rebound from last weekend, so we like that.
All righty, well, something else we like. Dave Peck is coming up next with sports. Don't go anywhere.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
Why do thousands of customers take the drive to Newport for all their shoes? Because Comfort Shoes and More has the styles you want, and they also have trained podorthists on staff to help you with all your footwear and arch-support issues. We provide free foot evaluations by people who care about fitting you with the most comfortable shoes you will ever own. We have shoes in stock up to 6C and size 17, from safety shoes and boots, running, walking, casual or dress. We have it all at Comfort Shoes and More, 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from Irving. Attention Maine fishermen, we want to see your biggest catch and for you to win some great prizes. Go to foxbangor.com and click on contest and giveaway, then upload your photo for your chance to win. Sponsored by Willie's Sports Center, Mill Mall, and Ellsworth. We have everything for fishing, from trout to tuna, fly fishing, trolling, and ocean rigging. We carry back tire e-bikes to get to remote spots and snow dog utility machines. We have all your hunting and outdoor essentials.
It's the summer of baseball on Fox. Let's go. And every Saturday night in prime time, it's Baseball Night in America. Are you kidding me? On July 19th, the game's biggest stars align in LA for the All-Star Game. Unbelievable. Let's go. Then, from the palm trees to the cornfields, the Reds and the Cubs take center stage in the Field of Dreams sequel. Grand Slam! It's everything baseball all summer long on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
This is where legends are made. This is the NHRA.
The NHRA Summit Nationals, Norwalk, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, first she dominated the basketball circuit. Now Skowhegan's J.C. Christopher has yet another accolade, this time on the diamond. Christopher has been named this year's Miss Maine Softball, helping lead the Riverhawks to the regional finals after taking home the trophy in 2021. The award follows a winter season where Christopher earned the title of Miss Maine Basketball, Gatorade Player of the Year, and helped guide the Riverhawks to their first ever gold ball. So what a way to go out. And of course, her career is not done. She will continue playing basketball at Boston University next fall. So best of luck to JC as she continues her career. Now let's transition to the Patriots. These days, it's been not so safe of a bet to take NFL retirements at face value. We've seen Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady waffle back and forth over the last several years, but this latest announcement seems a little more permanent, at least we think. After 11 NFL seasons, former Patriot Rob Gronkowski has announced his retirement again. Take that for what it's worth, because he did retire after the 2018 season before returning to the Tampa Bay Bucks, but he is 33 now, so it seems maybe a little more likely that this is the real thing. If so, Gronk finishes his career as a four-time Super Bowl champion, 3 with the Pats, 1 with the Bucks, with the most postseason touchdown receptions in NFL history, and as one of the most dominant tight ends the league has ever seen. So if it does last this time around, perhaps Hall of Fame is on the way. We'll stay with the Patriots now and get a little bit local here. Over 300 kids hit Cameron Stadium on Tuesday for the annual Patriots Alumni Youth Camp. So naturally, Tyler Cruz and our sports intern and UMaine football player Jack Webb went to check it out.
Now, we were a couple hours up from Foxborough, so when sports intern Jack Webb and I heard that there were going to be some former Patriot players up at Cameron Stadium teaching the next generation of football stars, we had to check it out.
Well, what I especially like about, especially this camp up in Bangor, Maine, is the enthusiasm and the discipline of the children. You're all very fortunate up here in Maine.
Pan out there and take a look at this. There's got to be 300 kids. We have this kind of participation in only one other place, and that's at Gillette Stadium. How cool is it that the sixth grader can look up and see these high school guys helping them out, on Friday night, they can come and watch them play.
It's awesome. I mean, the kids are having fun. I mean, we're out here teaching them, and it's great for us.
Being the example of what a Bangor Ram should be to these young guys, that's really important to me. Yeah.
With a little football experience under my belt, I wanted to step in and try to show them how it's done.
I think that it's just like that sense of a need to give something back to the community. It's a chance for me to get back together with former players.
I've been a Patriots fan my whole life. It's cool to see all these people here and work hard and, you know, just have a good time.
It's pretty cool because they have a lot more experience.
The main thing that I'm trying to do is to encourage them to play sports, to get outside, to get out in the nice sunshine, get that vitamin D, and to be active.
Today's pretty fun, but it's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
So when it's all said and done, whether you're a Patriots fan or not.
I'm not a Patriots fan, but it's still fun. I haven't been saying 1, 2, 3 Patriots. I keep saying let's go Saints.
A lot of kids just out here trying to enjoy some football.
I just like playing football.
No, you're not going to solve 300 kids' problems or motivate 300 kids to do something, but if you touch one life out here with football, you've made it count. And you can do that with 300 kids, or you can do that with 2.
Hi, we just want our pizza. Yeah, I want pizza.
After a hard day's work, you just get your pizza, right? Congratulations to all the kids there for what looked like a great time out there. And I know Jack Webb and Tyler Cruz had a great time out there and putting together. It was good to see Jack hit some bags there. So he's got his workouts for Maine football, but we put him to work during the day as well. So it's good to see that. Now let's talk some basketball here. It's been almost a week since the Celtics lost Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and the focus has shifted from beating the Warriors to getting back there next season. Now, it's no secret that the Celtics struggled to get going last fall to start the year, which is something they'd obviously like to avoid moving forward. Now, Brad Stevens spoke Tuesday about goals for the summer and areas he thinks the team needs to improve. Defense has certainly been a strength, but playmaking and depth, that needs to improve.
We have a unique identity, and we have uniqueness in our size and our ability to be versatile, all across the board. And so we have to take all of that into account when we're adding to our team. But if we can maintain that and add some playmaking, without a doubt, you want to do that.
Sounds like a good plan. All righty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
I grew up in Eastport. My dad actually worked for Bangor Hydro, so that was always my goal. I've been here for 36 years. We're all that same company, from Washington County to Bangor, Lincoln, Prescott. We're all the same people. We're all from here. This area is like one big community. When we help people, that's our biggest reward, getting the power back on. We've done that for years, and we'll continue to do that.
What could possibly be better than our annual tent sale?
Wait a minute, I have a better idea. How about a no-tent tent sale?
He's right. Dorsey's has scoured their warehouses and suppliers for discontinued, slightly damaged, one-of-a-kind furniture and mattresses. You'll find great tent sale discounts of up to 50% off throughout our showroom. They save the cost of the tent, security, and weather damage and pass the savings on to you. Genius.
It's simple. Less cost for us, more savings for you, my friend.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
Did you know that cervical cancer can be prevented with regular screening?
A routine Pap test found abnormal cells, but minor surgery removed them before they became cancerous.
Getting routine Pap tests is one of the best ways women can protect themselves against cervical cancer.
Without the Pap test, I might never have been able to have my 2 kids.
If you're age 21 to 65, ask your provider about Pap tests or learn more at screenmaine.org.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
A film star has a special meeting, an 80s singer-songwriter returns to the charts, and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Was it honestly the best?
BTS scores another chart topper, Bush returns to the charts, and Stiller sends a message in the Hollywood Nation.
Hey, I'm Ben Stiller, and I'm here in Ukraine.
Ben Stiller honored World Refugee Day on Monday by meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv and touring the war-torn country. The actor, who serves as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations, also visited with refugees in Poland and Ukraine over the weekend. He posted a video message on social media urging support for Ukrainian refugees and refugees around the world, telling followers, "Nobody chooses to flee their home. Seeking safety is a right, and it needs to be upheld for every person." Kate Bush is back on top of the charts. The British singer-songwriter has topped the UK singles chart with her 1985 hit Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God, after being featured in Season 4 of Netflix's hit series Stranger Things. She has replaced Cher by becoming the oldest female artist to hit #1 at 63 years old. Speaking of music charts, BTS's new compilation album Proof debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. This marks their 6th chart-topping album. The K-pop supergroup released their album 4 days before they announced plans to take a break to focus on solo ventures. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Finally tonight, it's time to check your hair angles and most importantly your smile, because today is National Selfie Day and you still have a little time left. Advances in technology have made it possible for people to take super high quality photos, allowing folks to use their best selfie for even professional sites like LinkedIn. U.S. Cellular Store Manager Kyle Barin shares tips on snapping the perfect pic.
The times if you're looking for the best selfie, making sure you have the right lighting. There's the term the golden hour, which is either right when the sun rises or right before sunset. You're going to get the best light for the quality of the photo.
Well, whether it's for work, travel, or just a normal day, Barin says selfies are keeping people connected, and we certainly see more than our fair share of selfies.
Yeah.
Both at work and at home.
Absolutely. It's so cool to see the advances in technology there, too.
It's a real art form. All right, folks, thanks so much, and good night.
Good night.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister.
Yes, to the point where my own children are like, "Mom, stop. Stop. What are you doing? Don't say that. You can't say that. You can't do that."
Most parents are worried about their rebellious young people.
Yes.
You're worried about your rebellious mom.
Correct. Yes.
Riley, you are having the kind of career as an actor that he sort of always talked about having. You are doing exactly what you want to do. You are taking challenging projects that are entirely up to your choice. And this was the thing that he dreamed of doing. You're living out his dream. How does that feel?
I mean, all I can hope is that he is proud of, me and my mom and our whole family, wherever he is.
Does it feel like you're carrying like a special legacy in addition to the wonderful work that you've done?
I haven't actually felt that. I think because I'm a generation removed, it's been a little bit different for me than I think for my mom. I think it was much harder for her, or she kind of felt that.